IUNVA, the Irish United Nations Veterans Association, was established in 1989 and is open to all military, civilian and police who have served more than 90 days with the United Nations. The driving force behind this IUNVA was Major General Vinnie Savino, who was OC 44th Battalion in Lebanon. In 2006, this present post here, Post 30, was established in Galway and has gone from strength to strength. An early goal or priority was to have a suitable memorial to honour the memory of Galway-born and personnel who have served in Dunamlisa and who died overseas. This peace memorial and garden is designed as a place of tranquility, memory and peace. It's designed as a focal point for families, colleagues and friends where they can visit and remember their lost family member or their comrades. Since 1958, not a single day has passed without the presence of Irish Defence Force personnel deployed somewhere around the world in the service of peace. To all of the 86 who died overseas, we say, your names are etched into the pages of history, and more importantly, into our hearts. Today, the names of our 6 local colleagues are etched not alone in our hearts, but now permanently in stone. We salute you now and always. Thank you. I now call on Chairman Post 30, Brendan Ford, to address you.
Virúsal na Gaillimhe Mícheál Mac Conradh. Feidhmeannach an Ceathrú Brigad Andrew McGill Feather. Tánaiste an Céad Cá Ceanfadí Ceathrú agus Athrúsal Tomás O'Brady. Ó Wathlum son Coiste agus Ball don Post Trocha Uinve. 100,000 fáilte a chur raibh gach duine an seo inniu agus go mór a aine an órach agus clann na Saidúrí a fuair bás I service na Síochána leis na Náisiún Aontaithe. Mayor of Galway, Councillor Michael Crowe, Executive Officer 4th Brigade, Andrew Kilfeather, Tánaiste, 1st Battalion Mellows Barracks, and Reverend Father Tom Brady. Honoured guests, members of the families of all our comrades who died in the service of peace and who paid the ultimate price under the United Nations flag, fellow members of Post 30 and friends. On my own behalf and that of the committee and all members of Post 30, I would like to extend a very warm Cíd Míle Fáilte to you, to the Garrison Church here at Dunamlisa. This memorial garden is a very fitting and wonderful tribute to our fallen comrades. A lot of hard and dedicated work went into this project and to this event today. On behalf of the committee, I would like to thank most sincerely the Land Section Department of Defence, the General Officer Commanding 4th Western Brigade and the Officer Commanding Mellows Barracks for giving us this site. To the Engineer Officer, Captain Ryan, for all his help and assistance. To the Memorial Garden Committee, which was brought together in November 2008 by Martin Coughlin, who was responsible, amongst others, for this project taking its first steps forward. And to his daughter Gráinne for the drawings of the artist's impression. To the Secretary, Paul Connaughton, responsible for drafting all the letters, answering all the correspondence, making the phone calls, and generally keeping the wheels in motion. Paul is also a member of the committee responsible for the memorable trip to St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York and the trip to Cyprus in 2009, and of course is actively working on the St. Patrick's Day Parade for Chicago in 2011. To our financial controller, Tommy Gavin. Tommy has been speaking about this project since the foundation of Post 30. At every parade, gathering or function, it was always a topic of conversation. It was not until the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York, when he was introduced to a gentleman by the name of Michael Coughlin, nephew of Donald Coakley, deceased, who listened to the conversation about this project and immediately made a very generous donation to it. Tommy, now at his first donation for the project, and there was no turning back from here. Michael Coughlin sends his apologies for not being able to attend today, and his best wishes to all the members in Post 30. To our design team, Walter Raftery and Donald Coakley. Donald, who passed away during the lifetime of this project, threw himself into this project with the vigour and enthusiasm that he put into everything that he was ever involved in. Donald attended every parade, function and social gathering, and was always involved and available at the end of a phone. He was a true and loyal member of Post 30 and is indeed sadly missed. To Walter Raftery, without whose professional engineering advice and direction, this project would not have been possible without incurring enormous expense. For his time and his energies that he put into this project, we are forever grateful. To Doc Callaghan, Horrick has always been has taken a very keen interest in Post 30 from its very formation. He has always been available for advice and guidance on this project, as well as any other events that we have been involved in. Horrick has been able to make connections for us that we would have found difficult. His willingness to reach out and to give of his time and energies is indeed a credit to him. To our fundraising committee of Liam Ford and Jerry Merrigan for organising the fundraising draw, and to all the ticket sellers who helped to raise a large portion of the finance needed for this project, and not forgetting all of those who purchased tickets. To Councillor Declan MacDonald for all his help and assistance, and to the Galway City Council for their very generous donation. To our contractors, to Mr Jerry Walsh and his team for doing the groundwork, to Feely Stone Limited for doing the stonework, to Maddens for providing the trees, and to Tommy Higgins Limited for the landscaping. To all our volunteer landscapers, Mickey Carlin, Tony Carlin and Johnny Gavin for the many hours of work and toil, and to Eugene Finnegan for the making of the flagpoles. And not forgetting our typist, Martina Walsh, who has been of great assistance to us down through the years. To all our sponsors, too numerous to mention, all of whom have been thanked individually by post. Hopefully, I have not forgotten anyone. If so, I do apologise. Last but not least, to all our members, their families and friends who put so much effort into this event today, 1,000 thanks. This concludes my thanks yet again, and now I have the pleasure in handing over the remainder of the formalities to our Master of Ceremonies, Martin Coughlin. Goramila Mahagil Kulir.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite Major General Carroll to say a few words.
We are the Gulliver. Gannis and Kate Ka. Agus a gyn Iwsla. Is Kibdom Gulair. Gusler. The Kushta Punahagan and shot tape with Sukapina and Kibda Connie and of the Gordon Dini and Top Culture. The headputting and Thompson is wooden through a shin, or if you gear go, a gore, hit the con, guarding Kibdacon, the end of. I'll trace and sort of clean. The actually Johnny Gavin was a cordial. Kibdic, guarding Trio, a bunyo. I guess, Tahasar grow on Buka, Garino. I guess, shot Torah on upper. Have you danced yet? I can't. When she asked a donor, called Godicus brother, or Johnny Gavin, I was the friend of Galair. of Sultan Guardian Kevdicon Intuk Show a Hogland. Our Lord is there done around the democracy of Accra, the Gorson. if I went to Greece for a while, the erection of memorials and respect for the dead has been in every culture in the world from the earliest times. 500 years ago, the Egyptians built the pyramids to worship the sun god, Ra. And when they built this, they had a big motivation. They were honouring somebody, and two, they were also honouring the dead. They had big room space at the bottom of these colossal caverns, and these were for the bodies of the people that were dead. And in with them they put food and water, because they believed there was a life to come. It's hard to believe that. That's the way they worked. Now the practice of honouring the dead has been in every culture, every civilization and every nation in the world. In our own country, the Shangales had the monument in County Meath, Grange. Agus fin a tolvin seo I cwrdd yn tar. Fi sin talk ar timp 2010 o hyn. And yeah, they worked couple of folks are the teeny the vi så. Så vi anvektes det performance that vi Johnny Gammon that we cover our gardening shop. Vi Johnny more Preve where is